CP, let's hit a couple stories around the league. A couple of things that obviously December 15th coming up. That's the first date where a lot of the players who signed as free agents are eligible to be traded. So it's not an official deadline. It's just the kind of opening of the floodgates, so to speak, of players who now can be traded and will be eligible to be dealt. And so the thing that I'm looking at New Orleans because obviously they sent a lot out to draft Derek Queen, and they're obviously invested in his success, and he's looked very good on a few different nights here early on in his rookie year. But when you're on that kind of timeline, what does that mean for the rest of your veterans, your older guys? And I think teams around the league are just keeping an eye down there to see who's New Orleans going to make available, what will they want for those players. New York product, Jose Alvarado, if they make him available, the Knicks, I'm sure, will be one of those teams that are interested. The Knicks will be among many teams that are interested in Jose Alvarado if he is made available. And the interesting thing with Jose is, the salary, I believe he is at $4.5 million. So like salary matching is less difficult at that number. And, you talk about backup point guard for the Knicks. You talk about a player in Alvarado who defends and brings a passion on that in the floor. I'm sure a lot of teams will be calling if New Orleans made him available. I'm also sure the Knicks will be one of them if New Orleans gets to that point, which I think they will. Your thoughts on an Alvarado addition to New York?
Definitely bring him in if you can. You think about a guy like that, and you think about the playoffs being as much as an endurance test as it is a game of skill and where the best teams win. But a guy like an Alvarado who can pick up 94 feet, really harass a ball handler, make it difficult for a team to get into their offense and really drain that shot clock. And a local guy who's going to wear that orange and blue with pride. I think those are the type of margin acquisitions that Leon Rose should be looking to make to really fortify this team. So the Pelicans are a team that I'd be interested in. Now, some fans have bigger goals in terms of Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III. Those trades will be much more difficult to make, just given the fact that the Knicks don't really have the capital to match and also the draft assets to satisfy New Orleans' potential trade requests for either one of those guys. Also looking at the Clippers, could the Clippers make a few guys available? Is it like a Nicholas Batum or someone of that caliber that could help the back end of this rotation?
Right. In Philadelphia, I mean, there's a number of different places where it could go either way. Teams kind of figuring out, are we buyers, are we sellers? I don't know if you remember the game, but there was a game, it was January 20th, 2022, where Jose had, I think there was a lot of Christ the King or his buddies from the city. I think they were front row or they were in a very section close by. And he started to light it up. I think he had 13 points, 4 assists, 4 steals, and made a lot of key plays. And I just remember that game just stands out to me because he got his own crowd really going. And that was one of those games early on in his career where you could see, there's definitely an NBA player here, somebody who can impact winning.
Blood, sweat, and tears. That is what you want to bring that energy to Madison Square Garden. And insurance, when this Knicks backcourt rotation is at full health, there could be a logjam. But hey, some nights Clarkson might not have it. Some nights, hey, maybe Deuces doesn't have it. So bringing in a guy like that can change the energy, change the tempo of a game, I think that'd be a good trade for the Knicks to make.
Yeah, and you mentioned actually Trey Murphy III, and I know that the Warriors are among the teams that will have interest if Murphy III is made available in New Orleans, and it'll be interesting to see what direction Joe Dumars and his group goes there. But I think Golden State would be among those teams, among a large group of teams that would have interest if he is made available in New Orleans. So just another thing around the league to keep an eye on. We hit on Giannis earlier. I don't think we need to go back there. Where I want to go though, CP, is Pablo Torre Finds Out. Great show, podcast, YouTube show with Pablo Torre. They found the Wu-Tang video that I guess the Knicks asked Wu-Tang to put together to try to recruit Kevin Durant. way back in the summer of 2019. Have you seen the video?
I have seen the video. I have seen the video. Yes.
I need your thoughts.
I'll say this. Given the current state of hip hop and rap music in our society, it is always appreciated to see any form of Wu-Tang content, whether it's past or present. So the kid in me, the teenager and the young 20-year-old, the nostalgia in me, it peaked. So I was happy to see those guys again. The song itself, I would say, you can put that on the shelf. I put a tweet out there. I said, hopefully that song made it to the Farmer Bro album that was unreleased. Maybe it went to Martin Shkreli's album. You put that over there. But so, look, I think it speaks. I think it also spoke to the times, though, Ian, where, the Knicks had nothing to sell these guys on other than these type of Hollywood or entertainment theatrics, because they couldn't sell them on winning. So they had to slap lipstick on a pig. But it's different now. We're in a different time now where, thankfully, you've seen some organizational stability. You've seen winning here. Thank you, Leon Rose. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau. You see star power in Jalen Brunson and Tom Thibodeau. And now it's to the point where you don't have to sell guys. You can go out there, you can get a Yabusele and a Clarkson without even having a coach signed on yet, because the foundation, it's strong right now. The foundation is strong.
Yeah. You don't have to, but I would have liked to seen what they would have put together for Dante DiVincenzo when they were pursuing Dante. What kind of strings are you pulling? Who you getting to put something together for Dante? But yeah, just a fun Nick artifact unearthed by Pablo Torre finds out. Be sure to go check that out.